Okay, I think I have everything going. Get my hair out of there. This is the first time I'm using like an actual streaming software, so bear with me if there are any technical difficulties, but I'm very excited because it looks really cute. So I'm just making sure everything looks good before I get going. I've rearranged my entire desk for this setup. Okay, but I think it's going. I'm just triple checking it's on here on YouTube. Okay, all good. My iPad stole my headphones, so that wasn't working, but I had to fix it. Are we all good? Sweet. Okay, I think I can start. Get my brushes ready. I love using these silver black velvet brushes. I'm so rough on them, but they end up looking so good. Even like I don't shape them or clean them or anything. And they are so good to me. And then I'm going to end up using like a pen, black pen, white pen later, but not yet. I'm just going to set those aside for now. Roll my sleeves up because I will inevitably dip those in the paint. If you guys are watching, this is the first time I've used this software like this, so please let me know if it's working or not, or if my lips are moving and no sound is coming out. I would love to know that. I've spent all day setting this up. I'm so excited to do it, but I'm really hoping it actually works. I really like starting with the pink areas on an animal, like the really soft pink nose you can kind of see on the reference photo there, and the pinks of the ears or the paws. Just because it's such a delicate color, it can get lost really easily, so I make sure I get that in there first. Okay. This is a tricky reference photo, too, because it's kind of blurry. It is a pose I've never painted before. and her hair is just all over the place. And I have my computer screen in front of me right now. I've never done that before. It is very distracting. So if you catch me just like staring off into my screen, that's why. And you can't see it off screen here, but I've got my iPad set up with the reference photo on Procreate because I can, I'll show you. I can long press. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Can you see it? Yes. Okay. I can long press on anywhere in the photo and it'll show me exactly what color that is in the photo. And I can click the color wheel and it can show me where on the color wheel it falls and, you know, how like close to white or black it is or how, you know, saturated I should make that color. So that's why I always use my reference photo on my iPad right there. You would not believe how like difficult it was to figure out for an artist, like not a tech person, to figure out how to simply get two cameras at once for this. Like it seemed deceptively simple. Like, oh, I have a phone, I have a webcam. That should be enough, right? No. And I really wanted to figure out a way to like stream at the same time to Facebook or Instagram and YouTube because I can't decide yet which one I like better. And my eyes were going cross-eyed trying to figure all that out. It wasn't worth it. Maybe later, maybe down the road, but for, you know, all 5 views I get, it's not worth that. But when I'm not recording like a whole art process video, I like doing lives lately, last like couple weeks because I still get content out of it, but it's way less effort for me and it keeps me motivated too. Like I actually get stuff done when people are watching me on live. So this cat painting is a cat I've painted before. You can see the previous painting up there. Her name is Tortellini, and her mom came back and asked if I would paint her as a kitten. And they didn't have very many kitten photos of her because you know, it's hard to go back and get more kitten photos. That's impossible. So you have what you have. And every photo she sent me, her eyes were closed. So, or it was like really blurry, so we couldn't use it. But I actually really like the pose on this photo, even though it's not a pose I ever paint, and it's a lot of fur. I think it's gonna have to be more abstract rather than like an exact, perfect replica. But that's why that other photo is up there, so you guys can see the like. I'm trying to keep the background similar to the one I've already done for her. Okay, I think that's all the pink. I'm gonna go with orangish yellow colors now. But yeah, her hair, her fur is like chaotic, so I'm not going to worry about too much trying to get it so exact that it looks perfect. Just try and get the main bright spots down. And then layering helps a lot with fur like this, of just adding more over and over till I'm happy with the result. Hopefully the music's not too annoying, if you can even hear it at all. I don't know. Again, brand new software. I'm brand new to this. And I also have it streaming. I selected the option so it will stream to shorts at the same time, like upright and portrait mode. And I'm really curious how that's going to turn out, or if it's like completely cut everything off. So, like, this whole area of her body, like, I think this is a back leg and this is a front paw. I'm not sure though. So, I'm just kind of guessing. And I think it's going to help me if I just keep it abstract, try not to figure out what each part of her body is. Okay, I think this band here is like an orangish one. And these circles are all orange, light orange colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill those in before I lose them. This is an orange. And then this one, it's like an orange underneath, but then black fur on top. So I'm gonna have to go back over that. Orange. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna post real quick that I'm live on my Instagram. And then I'm gonna tell the mom of Tortellini here that I'm painting on live. She might like to pop in and say hi. Tube live right now. Let me grab the link. Pretty sure it's just myself hanging out in here right now. I think I'm my only watcher. But these get watched later, so I'm not sad about it. Share, copy. think I have to switch to this for now. Okay. My AirPods were connecting to everything but my computer. So, we're back to the computer microphone. Like I said, this is my guinea pig trial run for streaming like this. I'll be better next time. I want to make sure to get all of the light colored spots in first before I start working on the dark, because once I start working on her dark spots of fur, I can lose those light ones so easily, and then it's kind of annoying to figure out a way to get them back. Some of these, like you can see on her reference photo, there's a lot of really light flicks of like white fur or yellow fur, and those I'm going to have to just add after the fact. I'm not going to be able to preserve the white of the paper and like paint with black paint around all those tiny little white furs. That's not going to happen. And this painting is probably going to be another two-part one that I work on. I don't know that I'll be able to finish Tortellini in one sitting today. I'm a slow painter. I get distracted. And some of her yellowish fur is actually kind of pink in some of these areas, so I'm just going to add a hint of that. I suppose I should do work on her face. It's hard when it's upside down. Let's do this little eyeball first. Not even an eyeball, it's just an eye line. And then this eye line is not really even visible. It's just like a blob of dark. I suppose I can do her nose. Maybe that will help me visually, but her nose is difficult too because it's just filled with spots. I hope this turns out cute because it's definitely going to be one of my most difficult paintings. Alright, I wanted to make sure my stream was actually going, so that's what I was doing there. I've had to learn so many technical things trying to do art online. I enjoy it though, I'm having fun. Okay, and this spot of white on her nose kind of ends right there. And then she has a very dark spot on her nose, right up the middle. Dry that so I can keep painting over it. And it's like a purplish. I know right now the painting doesn't really look like much, but my paintings definitely go through an ugly stage, kind of like a trust the process stage. And I tell myself all the time that it's not ugly, it's just not finished. If you're hanging out in here with me, let me know where you're watching from. I'm running out of things to talk about by myself. Eventually I'm just gonna start rambling. Okay, can you still see that? Yeah. So that didn't really help at all. I don't like that. I think her nose area needs to be more vibrant. Let's make the nostril really dark because that's almost black, I think. Teeny tiny nostril. And then looking at the other painting I've done of her too. I think it goes black over here as well. I have to turn it this way. My brain can't see it otherwise. Suppose I can tape it down at this point because the paper is starting to warp. It's a special size, not like a size that I paint on a block of paper, so it's a loose leaf, and like, yeah, it warps the paper, but I can fix that after the fact. It just makes it annoying while I'm in the middle of painting. My My reference photo is over here if you're curious what I keep looking at. I like to have it on my iPad in that specific spot. I've tried other ways, like printing the reference photo out or putting it up on my computer screen or on my phone. But I don't know, the iPad just does something for me that the rest doesn't do, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. And I'm waiting on doing the background right now because I'm going to use a very staining color. I like using this phthalo blue, and it stains so easy, so fast. Like as soon as you put it down, it's stuck in that spot on the paper. But it's such a vibrant blue that it's my favorite, and that's what I used in the photo, or that painting I did of her up on the screen last time. So I'm going to use that again, but I need to do the cat first. At least most of her body first. Some of the like black hair will look good. I can do that after. Yeah, I'm trying to train myself to move a little faster on these two. I mean, I used to take like 10 to 15 hours of like actually sitting down working on the painting, not counting like looking at my phone and like watching TV while I paint. When I do that, it makes it easily go, you know, like a week or two on one painting, and it's too slow. I gotta move faster than that. But right now I'm just trying to get some color blocking down, and I can figure out all the details after and clean it up once everything at least has one wash of color down. Gonna move it up a little bit. I feel like it's not centered for you guys. There, we'll try that. We'll see how long it lasts before I move it again. That is one thing about like filming the process that gets annoying, because when I don't film it, my face, I'm like 2 inches from the paper, or I'm standing or in just positions where you would not be able to see the painting at all if I were trying to film it. And it makes the painting go faster, I think, in that regard, but yeah, it's not very photogenic to film. Especially like right now, I'm really tempted to turn it around because she's upside down. Just making sure I haven't missed any obvious orange spots. Like this one right here, I missed that one. Suppose I should work on the dark fur on her face. Eat the frog, get the hard part out of the way. Tells myself to work on the face and then immediately moves to her body. That's what I do on every painting though. I just hop around from section to section. I don't have any set order on how I paint on each animal. It's literally just what catches my eye. This is definitely going to be a painting that looks rough at first though. Once I start adding in the finishing details, that'll help a lot when I add like the little white highlights that she has all over her fur. gotta be the trickiest fur I've ever painted. Because it's not just like put one color down right here and then that area is done. It's a million colors that all need different layers to kind of get this tortoiseshell effect. Just trying to force myself to not be super exact on all the fur here, because I will drive myself crazy if I try and get this very loose, fluffy fur identical to the photo. It's not going to happen. So I'm just trying to lean into that watercolor, like, looseness. I'm not very good at that. That's the hardest part about watercolor for me, is trying to just let it do its own thing and accepting the way it's going to look. But with fur like this, I think that's all I really can do. And just keep layering until I'm happy with the result. I'm probably going to hop on tomorrow as well to finish this up. Do the background and all the final details. It'll be prettier to look at then. It's helpful to see that adult painting I did of Tortellini too, because on some of these spots I'm kind of struggling to identify what they are, so I'm looking at that old painting up there and realizing, like, oh yeah, it's all yellow right here. I think I'll add in just a light gray over her whole face, and that might help my brain better see the details of, like, where I need to go darker. So right now it's just a lot of white and it's confusing my brain looking at it. Like, I can already see that yellow spot right there. Right there needs to go a lot darker. The trick is I want to cover a lot of this with paint, but I don't want to lose my pencil lines that I made before I'm ready to paint that area. This area is basically black right here. Her fur is literally hurting my brain right now. It's so hard to distinguish what's going on. This is officially the hardest painting I've ever done. Probably not the best one to do for a live, where I'm like doing this style live for the very first time. Because she's definitely going to be one that it's like not going to look good until I'm done. But once I get that green background in there, similar to her adult painting, I think it'll be really cute. And all the little wispy furs, those come at the very end. I'm not going to spend too much energy on her tail. I don't think it needs it. This area is kind of confusing to look at though. On the painting. On the photo, I mean, I can tell that that's her butt fur pushed up against her tail fur. But we'll see if it translates into a painting. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna hop off, but I'll probably be back tomorrow. So hopefully you guys are on then and someone can hang out with me. See you tomorrow.